Him and all.
What is up, demons and addicts from all over the motherfucking place, across the world? Tracks of the Damned is back, and we're on a Friday night, so you get to kick off your epic fucking Mother's Day weekend with us two assholes. Right. It has been a unreal fucking week. It's been long. It's been downtrodden. Lots of bills being paid. As I'm sure everyone is feeling it right now. So let's kick back, and we're going to be discussing some awesome new singles, new releases, and some other metal news. So if there is a metal lover out there, such as yourself, or maybe your mother, your sister, your cousin, your grandma, maybe grandpa too, shit, wake them up. Share this out anywhere and everywhere. There is a metal lover. Achilles, what's going on? Rebecca, and I see the rest of you fucking demons there as well. Don't be afraid to jump in the conversation, because we're talking about one of my favorite topics tonight. Till fucking Lindeman is at it again, and I love it, as well as a new single from the second wave. And I say second because a lot of people will probably disagree with me. The second set of Godfathers of Doom, Candlemass, has a new release spanning their 40th anniversary. So we're going to be talking about those two singles, and we got some material for you to hear, as well as some other surprises. So it is time. Grab your drink of choice, get that devil's lettuce a burning, whatever it is you need or want, get it going right now. But before we get into all this madness, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brother over at Horror Struck Hot Sauce. Hotter than hell. Check it out. Hell fucking yeah, if you love that hot sauce and the feeling of horror is in your bones. Definitely get on over to horrorstruckhotsauce.com. Check out the new flavors, and I can't wait to see, I think his name's David, god damn it. I think it is too, and we can't wait to see him this summer on tour as the Demonic Duo. Coming up, we got some awesome info for y'all that we're going to be hitting the road this summer and into the fall with some maze balls. And you can get all the good stuff from us, from Defiler of the Crown Art, as well as Reapers Underground, and all the Black Flamey Universe goodness. So we'll be talking about that. So definitely stay peeled to Defiler of the Crown Arts Facebook page, as well as Reapers Underground, because we're going to start hitting y'all with all this great news coming soon. Till Lindeman, what do you get from just hearing that name? Everybody out in the fucking crowd, as well as my brother Defiler here. What do you think of when you hear the name Till Lindeman? What comes to mind?
Party and industrial badassness.
Man, not only is he the legendary frontman of Rammstein, uh, but he has gone on to have quite the solo career as well. He's kind of like the German Ozzy Osbourne, if you will.
Yeah.
And okay, Mortimer here. Hey, what's going on, brother? Good to see ya. Says that hardcore artist, industrial goth, abso-fucking-lutely. Shocking is another one. Lizzie says, hot. I can see why you say that, seeing as you were born in Germany. I bet Rammstein's like the fucking Beatles over there. Achilles says, I didn't know the news about Candlemass. That's awesome. Oh, yes, sir, brother. And wait till you hear the single we got for you. But, he has never been one for censorship. And that is also something that we absolutely detest. And that's censorship of art, whether it be music, movies, the list goes on. So he is never shy about any of the lyrics and especially videos. And apparently the latest song, which is Mein Welt, has raised quite an eyebrow. So if anybody is not over the age of 18, get the fuck out right now, because we're going to show a little bit of this video, and of course, so you can hear the single. And honestly, it's badass. It starts out all, kind of somber, very keyboardish, almost like a goth kind of a feel, if you will. But it quickly turns to metal, which we absolutely fucking love. And it's very industrial too. That's one thing. I don't know if you've noticed this, Defiler, but since he's gone on to do his own solo career, it's way more industrial than Rammstein has been in years.
Yeah. It kicks in for me. This song here kicks in a lot of it had a little bit of a rave aspect to it as well for me, like that techno rave, but then on the industrial side. So,
it pops right in with what you said about the first thing you think of is one big ass party. Well, if it's one thing we do know, Till Lindeman likes to party. So it doesn't surprise me that we get some of that techno vibe, if you will, or rave-esque. Mortimer said, "You got her." she goes, "Shush." Hey, now there's a lot of men that wish they could be motherfucking Till Lindeman. You know what I mean? So don't take nothing away from that, because when they hit the scene with Sehnsucht and all the albums to follow, he was quite the symbol, I think, for a lot of people. Hey, what's up, Looney, my brother? Good to see you. He says, I like how zany his marketing is. It is insane, is it not? The artistry. He's done everything from poetry to television to fucking... Oh, man.
Very diverse.
Yeah, very diverse, very dark, and like one big acid trip, if you will. And I kind of feel like this new song is not even a stutter step away from everything we just said. Actually, I think it's even bigger, to be quite honest. It's even crazier because he's not afraid to speak his mind. And I think he's in his 60s now? Early 60s? And
he's up there.
How's that guy? Hey, Kyler, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Hey, Zachary Varil in the house. Glad to have you, brother.
His age is starting to show a little bit. You can tell by he doesn't have his fast movements anymore. You can still tell by how he walks sometimes. That age is kicking in, but
sure,
that's something we all got to face.
But yet he's unrelenting. Like I said, I often compare him to Ozzy. He doesn't stop. I don't think he ever will, because Rammstein might not be doing anything, but damn it, he just keeps creating. and obviously throwing a lot of eyes or panties in an uproar, perhaps. So I think we ought to just, well, I'm going to let y'all know that we're going to go ahead and play a snippet of the new track, Mein Welt. And then I'm going to look for the reactions because we're talking about a 4-minute song that I think within a 1 minute, 25 seconds, you're going to get a feel for just how twisted and wacky this is. We also have the English translation for the lyrics and get everyone's opinions on this motherfucker because I'm telling you right now, ooh-wee, I fell in love with it right from jump, as I'm sure you will too. So here it is. The first latest single, even though this came out in March, somehow we missed it. So that's why I was like, you know what? We've got to cover this. Mein Welt by Till Lindeman. Check it out.
Verfroren, unbekannt und unschoren, unbelehrbar, unbedarft, unersättlich, ungestraft, unbeweglich, so unsäglich, unverschämt und unerträglich, unbrauchbar, ungedeckt, unästhetisch, ungeleckt.
Woo! In 1 minute and 29 seconds, I think he managed to piss off 1 million people.
Yeah, one fucking thing.
Ooh, man, it's like the themes are there. So everybody, all the demons and addicts out in the comment section, I want to get your perspective on what you just saw. Lizzie said, love it. Obviously, there's something political there. If you caught everything, there's something political there.
So y'all go watch the video, like the rest of the video, then tell us what y'all think.
Yeah. That was kind of the whole thing. Not only is the song kick-ass, it's completely kick-ass. I love it. But the video is deep. It's really, really deep. Now, the thing that I think is hilarious is the things that they're criticizing about that video. Well, shit. Let's go ahead and, Defiler, if you will, go ahead and let's delve into the English translation of Mein Welt.
All right. It took me a minute to actually find everything. I finally found it, but the first verse of the song is naughty, unbanished, unknown, unshaven, unteachable, clueless, insatiable, unpunished, immovable, so unspeakable, shameless, unbearable, unbearable, useless, uncovered, unesthetic, and unlicked. So then it goes on to the chorus. The first and second verse are going to be the exact same thing. Well, there's maybe a couple different words, but the chorus goes, somehow, someday we'll start over from scratch. Somehow and somewhere, life laughing, senses happy. I'll show you my world, a place for lost souls. When a person falls from heaven, that won't count the stars. Unrestrained, untouched, indescribable, unseduced, unnoticed, unknown, deciduous, unmanned, unbearable, outrageous, obnoxious, undisturbed, unsatisfied, clumsy, unpolished, and unfucked. Unquote.
Right. So we have a lot of comments. Looney says that was crazy. He said he's so addicting to watch. I agree. And Lizzie said, yeah, I'm going to need to look up the lyrics, but I love the sound of it. Luckily, we just went through the lyrics for you. Kyler says, Till always pushes the creativity level. All his videos make me want to dive in his brain. Absolutely. I mean, he's very much a poet when it comes to even just getting out his innermost thoughts. Looney says the cutaways look like some of the animation techniques we use. Well, you're about to understand why that is. So one of the biggest criticisms of this video is the fact that he uses, or they used, a mixture of actual, live footage as well as AI. Why are people getting down on that? Animations have been used in fucking videos from 30, 40 years ago.
Because the biggest criticism about AI is that it takes a series of images and creates an image based off other people's work. So that's the reason people get so pissy about it. That's one reason I'm so against it. Have I used it? Yeah. I made our little characters the other day, our little figures, but I haven't used it for anything past that. So,
now, do you think that the people that he hired to do the video is ripping off someone else's work, or did they actually put this together themselves, do you think?
If they use full AI, then it pulls, like I said, a series of images for people that doesn't get credit for it. And I'm pretty sure that's the reason everybody was so pissy about the AI aspect.
Interesting.
Because AI it takes computer generated images. Mm-hmm. Say if I uploaded some of my artwork, you uploaded something or something like that. If somebody describes it in that way, it's going to search everywhere it can to find the imagery to mix together to make a whole new thing. But it's taking a series of images and making something new. So that's the reason people get so pissy about it. It's because the original artists don't get any credit for it.
Interesting. Well, and to me, that's like the lighter side of this whole thing.
Yeah, that's
I agree with Looney here. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, brother.
You're good.
He says, would love to have a whole episode about this. Yeah, absolutely. I think we probably can, because we are seeing a lot of AI going into the metal world. Anything from advertisements to lyric videos to, as you can just see, an actual full-on video.
That's one thing about the Deicide's latest album too. He used the AI cover and get pissed the entire metal world off, because metal albums have a lot of them has been based around the artist or their cover to create something. And they said with him going AI, it just kind of killed it a little bit.
Yeah, they got all pissy because he thought the image looked cool. It was him turned into a demon of some sort. So, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I mean, in some ways, I see what you did there, brother. He says the metal world. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it. I feel like if you upload, I recently did this myself, and I sent it to you, Defiler, where I took a photo that I had got taken at the Chicago Torture Museum, which, by the way, if you're ever in Chicago, get y'all's asses over there and check them out. They were awesome to me. But I took a photo and told AI what to do with it. And what came out, I thought, was actually pretty badass. Just for the sake of trying something different. I don't see what's totally wrong with it unless it like you start to see a lot of carbon copy stuff across the board. Because so far, I don't know. Have you run into that, Defiler?
I haven't run into like carbon copies. It's just people are using it. This is where I'm going to get pissed. I'm going to be a little bit pissy about it.
And that's okay.
As an artist myself, like doing art, I put hours and hours of time into that shit, depending on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. People who take this shit and generate an image and try to sell it as their own art is not a fucking artist. You are using something that is a computer. You're generating an image based off of other people's art. You're not an artist. You're just a fucking... You can type very, very well. You're just not an artist. But it's so fucking wishy-washy. Even when I made those figures of us, if you look if you look at your face, it made your eyes a little bit bug-eyed. I don't know if anybody noticed it, but like that's the only thing I really see. Like besides the aspect of it taking other people's things, it's got bugs in it. A lot of it does.
I mean, I feel like this. If you're using it as a marketing tool, nothing really wrong with that, because this day and age, a lot of us independent artists in the underground of all different facets, not just actual drawing, but if you're a public figure, actor, whatever, if you use it just as like marketing a little bit here and there, I feel like that's a good use of it. I do agree with you though, Defiler. I don't feel like people should be like, hey, look at what I made. Here's my price tag, $150. No, I don't feel like, that's really considered art in that respect. But I feel like if you're using it for the purpose of animations, I fucking love it, because I feel like the animations, that can be derived from them. We've seen great animations, especially from our brother Looney Dingo there, Metal Earth, coming, sometime soon in the near future. It's really great for that. But as far as like, here, I'm going to sell you a piece of art that, you didn't hand draw. I get that, and I feel that because I am myself a fan.
I feel like that's usually people's biggest fucking argument against it, is that it takes other people's shit and creates something that people try to pass it off as their art.
Well, people shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. But
unfortunately, the honor system, I think, doesn't stretch that far.
I know he's kind of my bad, but the guy, Gene Simmons, is kind of an asshole. We all know this. But I watched the video the other day. He was doing like a late night interview, and he's and what he said kind of does make sense. It's like there's not going to be another Beatles or another anybody like that because of the way the world is going technology wise.
That you know of.
Because but he's talking about what I'm going to hint at. Is he talks about like the way the world goes now. You can do something. It can be uploaded. Somebody can take a computer and make a copy of it, not put any work into it, and say they want money for something you created. That's what it comes off of, like they're talking about. More, that's how I feel they're talking about it. Is people put in the hours and the work to create something. It's here. They take it and flip-flop it around and say they did this when they change a minute part of it and want their millions off of it. You know what I mean?
For sure. But, in this case, we're talking about animation within a music video.
I think
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I thought those things. That's what I'm gonna circle back to. I think that's just what everybody's pissy about is the AI factor itself. They're not looking at it as a animation. They're looking at he used AI. We gotta boycott this shit pretty much. You know what I mean?
For sure. I think if people look at it from different aspects, like we just outlined, maybe they would change their views a little bit, just fucking saying. But let's get to the real nitty gritty about what people and why it is that people really should be sort of concerned with, I guess. Because obviously when Till Lindeman tries to punch something home, he does it with a fucking sledgehammer. There is a lot of folks that, like I said, I would have thought this would have been bigger than the whole AI portion of it. But due to the visually disturbing and controversial imagery, including women depicted as violent and aggressive and scenes of a woman giving birth. Now, don't you think that what you saw there, now this is the funny part because it's hilarious to me that they thought that was a woman lying there pregnant in the hospital. That was Till fucking Lindeman laying there with a baby in his belly. So obviously this is it's not a hate thing. I think this is more of a, I don't know. What do you think? There's two different viewpoints I think you could have grabbed from this video. Unless you ask him, I don't think you're going to know. What do you think he's taking?
It's hard to say. I've watched it, and I'm still trying to put everything together. But it's like a fine line. But
let me offer.
I feel like do what?
Let me offer you this. The women
That's what I'm doing now.
Signs that said "kill it" as they were marching in the very beginning.
Yeah, it's political. I felt the whole thing was political, but everybody knows what it's the A word that we're not going to say.
Well, we're not going to. Yes, exactly. We're not going to mention.
I kind of has a feeling of that. Like I understood that too. It also could be
the only one.
I've looked at it as that, maybe the possibility of how some men in the world think they're overbearing and control women for every aspect of what their lives, sexual, anything like that. And they're getting their just search on getting back at the man, so to speak. But there's a lot of ways you can go with it if you just pay attention to it.
That's why we are urging everybody out there in the Black Flame universe to watch this entire video because I think it's very powerful. Now, did anyone catch the big fucking cross around his neck as he was being wheeled by the angry mob of women? Which personally, being the Satanist that I am, and I look for all kinds of signs and symbols and shit like that. The fact that, the way he was dressed, being wheeled by this angry mob of women, I think there was that was a big jab at Catholicism, which, as you know, is pretty much the biggest faith in Germany. Most of them are very much Catholics. And I think that was possibly a dig at the view religiously on the A word that we won't mention. And, being assaulted and stuff like that, because let's face it, it's kind of an oxymoron about how women are treated. So, honestly, let's see here. Looney says, I think it's very clear that he's trying to depict an extreme world of feminism, and that was one of the other things that Defiler and I were just talking about before we went live as it pertains to the song. There's so many different elements there.
I'm gonna quote from a website. This was like an insert from lyricslayers.com, and it's like, it's a profound exploration. I'm giving them, I don't want to use their words and not give them credit for it, but it's a profound exploration of the human condition filled with a sense of rebellion and introspection. The lyrics are a tapestry of contradictions, with words like, I'm not German, so I'm not going to try to pronounce that, but painting a picture of a world that defies a conventional understanding. This use of negation highlights a sense of defiance and nonconformity, suggesting a world that is raw, unfiltered, unapologetic, and authentic. So,
you know,
plays off
usually pretty indicative of a lot of the things that his songs depict, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes people take it for just, you know, face value rather than being able to see that he's kind of giving you a different view of one topic, but he melds so much into it. So hopefully we can find a interview from Till that where he kind of explains about this. And I saw on YouTube that there's multiple interviews. So we'll get back to you on that. But nonetheless, kick-ass fucking song. Really, really enjoyed it. You know, and it's so weird that I don't know. It's almost better than some of the songs that Rammstein put out on their last record. That's just my opinion. Go ahead.
I think it gives him a chance to slow down and create. Rammstein is so fucking fast paced, wide open, straight at it, balls to the wall. And when he goes to the solo shit, he has time to take a breath. He can slow down. He can create easier than is the way I feel about it.
Plus, you know, he's handpicked the musicians, but he's a bit more in control of his art. So, I don't see anything necessarily wrong with that, but it's definitely a great, great fucking song. So, Till Lindeman, Mindvelt, check it out. It's on YouTube. You can watch the entire video, and of course, you know, fucking Spotify to catch the entire song as well, and maybe put it on your playlist. All right, so we got another major fucking song. Oh my goodness. 40 years of solidified doom sound. Now, going back to my point that I made earlier, Black Sabbath inadvertently created doom, stoner doom, whatever you want to call it. But honestly, the grandfathers of metal. But it was Candlemass, in my opinion, and some of you out there in the Black Flame universe might say, Reaper, go fuck yourself. And that's fine. But you can't deny from day fucking one when Candlemass from Sweden, go figure, hits the scene in 1980 and gives us a definitive doom sound. Not necessarily vocals. Yes, vocals were a bit operatic. Some of you didn't like Messiah, and that's fine. But the rest of us loved it. But sound-wise and construction, there is nothing more doomy than the guitarists of that band and which I influence on Typo Negative. Don't all nail me to a cross too quick for saying.
You might want to repeat that. You might want to repeat. You might want to repeat that section. You glitched out. I don't know if it was on just my end or everybody's end.
Well, it didn't seem to be on my end, but I will repeat for my compiler here. I feel as though they were a big influence on Typo Negative.
Yeah.
You can kind of see some of the, the slow, drony stuff. Did they take the ball from Black Sabbath? Yes, they did. But they refined it and they put bone crunching guitar on it. 40 years of this band. Yes, they've had many vocalists, but so did Black Sabbath. You know what I mean? So they put out an EP. Oh, yes. Achilles. Candlemass's debut album, Epicus Doomicus Metallicus, is easily in my top 5 favorites. Absolutely. It was groundbreaking.
Yep.
Groundbreaking. Now, not to take away from what Sabbath was doing at the time with the great, late, legendary Ronnie James Dio. That record was bad. Oh, yeah, right there. Patch in your face right now. They did a fantastic album together. But what fucking Candlemass was doing at the time, I think just like brought it up. It took the first 4 records of Sabbath and elevated it to a whole nother level, which is why when you ask anybody, when they say doom metal, Candlemass is one of the first bands that gets mentioned. Sabbath is in there. But if you listen to all of Sabbath's catalog from 1970 all the way to 79, it's very different. Those first few records, though, most fucking definitely. Doom was there. But there's a lot of records that they kind of, the drugs got involved in. Well, they were trying to keep up with the Joneses, so to speak, with like the Eagles and everybody else that they called corporate rock. Was trying to do, they were trying to do too, just to stay, with the times.
We owe
Achilles. Absolutely. He says he prefers them with Messiah.
We owe all of our love for heavy metal and doom metal to a random ass metal cutting machine in England that cut Tony Iommi's fingers off, and he had to detune and create that sound.
Oh, absolutely. And it's because of that we got that type of guitar sound. And let's face it, man, Tony Iommi, hands down, in my opinion, the greatest guitarist of that era. Yep. His solos, his riffing, even today at 74, I think, he might actually be a little bit older, still pumping out some of the most doomified metal riffs. Oh, my goodness. And he has a style on his own.
He's 77. He was born in 1940.
Holy crap.
1948 in Birmingham, England.
Isn't that something? 77 years old and still the king of... He's going to be 77 standing on stage with Ozzy for one last Black Sabbath show. Man.
I looked into going to that show. It sold out quick. It sold out quick as fuck, and one ticket just to get there was expensive as shit.
It's like booking a fucking Disney vacation for your entire fucking family and your in-laws at that. Probably $6,000-$7,000. Now, would it be worth it? Fuck yeah. But still. Yeah. But speaking of Sabbath and the connection between these two bands, what greater than for Candlemass to cover one of the most coveted songs in Black Sabbath history in the 70s, other than Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. You know me. I was skeptical because Ozzy's vocals on that song, I've never heard Ozzy's voice go that high before. Did you, Defiler?
No. y'all know I drive a lot for work, and I try to mimic vocals as I'm driving because I'm bored as fuck. And I actually tried to do Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath today, and I hit my vocal cords the wrong way, and they fried, and I thought I was going to die of coughing. I was like, fuck.
I in my younger years, I also tried to do the same. whenever I heard that song come on. And it's hard. It's real hard. Ozzy, I don't know if he was crushing balls or something, or because you hear Ozzy on the very first Sabbath record, and then you fast forward to 1973. I don't know if the liquor and the weed and cocaine just changed his vocal cords, or maybe at that point they were more so trained vocally that you know what I mean?
That's what I loved about the contradiction between him and Dio. Ozzy had a high voice, Dio did too, but there's different types of high.
Oh yeah,
Ozzy had that high pitch high. Dio's got the high pitch, but it has a low like baritone, I guess you could say, underline under it. And I always loved the contradiction between them, and people always tried to put them against each other. Like, I don't give a fuck which one's which. Like, I like Sabbath with Ozzy, and I like him with Dio. I think there's something great from both eras. So I don't like comparing people. I like taking their era with the band and picking aspects I like from it and just going with both of them.
They were two distinct different styles. You know, the late great legend Ronnie James Dio was very famous for his vibrato. Very more so of an operatic style, which I think we're talking about Candlemass here, that Messiah was very operatic in his vocals, very vibrato-y. So not too much difference there. And I actually feel like perhaps he was listening to fucking Rainbow when he was training to become, a singer for a metal band. But I have to say that Johann, hopefully I don't butcher this, Langquist is the current vocalist for this incarnation of Candlemass on the 40th anniversary. So for all of my doomsters, my demons and addicts out there in the comment section and watching, I want to know what you think of this version, because I was very skeptical anytime somebody covers a great Sabbath standard from their catalog. But I'll give you my opinion afterwards. I want you to hear it. So we are going to check out Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, 40th anniversary of Candlemass, and their version of this. Check it out. Crunchy guitars. Love the sound, but not too far from the original. I mean, Tony Iommi's playing, obviously, on this particular. He created the riff, but it was way fuzzier. But I feel like Candlemass put a little bit more crunch on it. But I have to say,
I'm having signal issues, so I'm trying to figure out if
no
I'm back or
worries.
not.
Oh, you're back. You're back. You're back.
All right.
You're back. I think the vocalist on this took a Ronnie James Dio approach to the vocals on this. That is my personal opinion. I don't hear a lot of Ozzy in his vocals. Now, any band that does a cover like this, I think wants to put their own spin on things. But you know, I loved the grit that I heard. There was a little bit more bite to the vocals on this particular version. And then when they got to the clean part, you almost got some traditional Candlemass there. Maybe not necessarily Messiah. It could have been Robert Lowe more so on that particular part of the song. But I feel they did a really, really good job on this. I don't know. What are your feelings, Defiler?
I'm gonna have to listen to it a few more times because that was the first I heard it. Like I specifically waited for the show before I listened to it. I like the clean when he first went to cleans. It kind of threw me off a little bit, just a tad bit. But by everything leading up to that, I thought it was good. I think I might have to listen to it a couple more times to see if the cleans grow on me. If I catch a little bit of a different feeling. But like I said, it kind of threw me off. But I don't think it's terrible, but I haven't, you know what I mean? I'm going to have to build up on it.
If you've ever heard Sabbath's original recording of this, Ozzy does a very nice clean vocal with the clean guitar. And then it just goes right back to that. That's about as best as I can do of that.
I think it may be what's throwing me off because I'm so used to Ozzy's higher sound with it, and he's got this lower, deeper, guttural sound with it, and I'm gonna have to retrain my brain to think about it outside of the Ozzy realm.
I think that's what makes this a successful cover. Is the fact that he did
they put their own.
Yeah. There's some gravel in that voice. Now, obviously, the guys in Candlemass are up there in age as well. And I mean, you can tell, if you check out the latest photo of the band members, that the vocalist is older too. But I think he really does a nice, more metal version vocally on this. The backup band, obviously, of Candlemass, they fucking nailed the shit. Played it just a little bit different than Tony Iommi. There's a couple of subtleties in there. If you catch it, it's not perfect, but it's their way. And especially the end part that goes da 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 da. They slow it down in true Candlemass fashion. This is something that I would expect Typo to do too during the real chunky low part.
I'm not gonna lie. Like thinking about it, sitting, I'm trying to put two and two together. Like it almost has like a grittier Tony Martin feel to it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like it has a grittier. If y'all see me go quiet, I'm usually thinking, trying to figure out, like I'm trying to process something. So that's the reason I go quiet sometimes.
Oh, it's all good. Achilles says, I love Dio era with Sabbath, but there's something unique. Yes, I agree with this. Tony Martin's vocals, especially on the Tear album. In my opinion, the Tear album, including the Headless Cross, were two of the most successful albums of Sabbath in the 80s.
I love Headless Cross. I love his vocals on it. I'm always going to be partial to Ozzy. Y'all know that because he's the original Sabbath and he's just the original rock and roll guy that kind of got me into everything. But looking outside the box, I love Dio and Tony Martin's vocals too. And
That's what I loved about it.
Yeah.
Different dichotomies, different vocals.
That album that's got the album that's got just Tony Iommi on the cover of it is dog shit. But
oh, it was straight shit. 7 stars. It's
about like when Celtic Frost did their 80s hair metal album. I was like, what the fuck? But
right. Absolutely. So definitely, hopefully, you guys will check this out. It's definitely on Spotify, easiest way to get your music. However you get it delivered, check out. It's an EP called Black Star, which I thought was really kind of interesting because I believe they use Black Star amps. And I mean, you heard it, man. Nice, fat, and chunky sound. Very crunchy. Definitely check out the new EP. There are 2 new original songs and 2 covers. Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath being one of them. And the fact that they led off with this, I thought was very smart. Because, it's been a second, since we've had Black Candlemass. That's awesome. You know what? I love that. That's so much better than Zach Sabbath, don't you think? I like Black Candlemass. That sounds even eviler.
It's like the one Black Label Society's song, Stillborn. Zach sounds so much like Ozzy in that song. It's nuts. But
oh, definitely. Don't get me wrong. Zach Wilde did a fantastic job recreating those first iconic records. Backup band, fan-fucking-tastic. One of my favorite drummers, Joey Castillo, who brought Danzig back to life after that atrocious Danzig 5 album, is the drummer on it. So, yes.
Kyler got to experience all of Zach Wilde. His ass was in the pit at that Metallica concert. Like, you got to be up close and personal with it.
Man, I bet you he was just praying that he wouldn't get his head squashed by fucking Zach Wilde's muscles. God damn.
He still have to be of that age.
Unreal. But yeah, definitely. I'm sure that was a killer ass fucking show. So we urge you all out there in the Black Flame universe to check out both the singles that we brought to your attention today, both on YouTube and Spotify or however you get your music these days. 2 completely different arenas, but damn it, 2 great fucking songs. If we had to put them up against each other, I think they're both winners in my opinion. But we do have some breaking news for you. Something that Defiler slipped in at the last minute.
Oh, my fuck. Y'all know me. Y'all know I'm a major Will Ramos and Lord of Shore fan. And, like, Pain Remains come out in 2022, and they have toured for the last almost 3 years. Well, about 3 years now with that album. And like everything had been quiet for a while. They've just been doing their thing with that. Then they put that billboard up on the New Jersey Turnpike teasing new fucking music. There's a rumor that's a whole new album coming. Now you
can think of marketing. Unholy shit, was that smart?
They took it old school. They put up a fucking billboard, and I love that shit. And yeah, there's rumors right now floating around that the song list for the album has been leaked, and which you can find that there is, but I'm not putting much faith in it, and I'm waiting for them to debut whatever their own shit. I think it's supposed to be maybe later this month into next month that when there's the rumor is it's coming out, but if it's anything like Return to Nothingness EP, then the whole Pain Remains album, it's going to be fucking badass. I'm excited as shit for it. I feel if y'all listen to, if y'all actually sit down and listen to As I Return to Nothingness and Pain Remains, y'all would be too. Because the Pain Remain album is like the first three songs.
Stellar.
No, there's Pain Remains 1, 2, and 3, and it's a trilogy, but it's all based on the same thing. If you watch the music videos, they all play into each other. It's about a man losing his wife, and he goes through hate, anger, depression, and stuff like that, and eventually nixes himself. But it's very emotional and it's worth watching. So if they bring that into the new album, it's going to be fucking nuts.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Absolutely. So we look forward to new music from them as well. It's definitely damn time. Got to keep in the game and keep changing it, because that's exactly what Lorna Shore does. They keep up in the ante.
That's like the day that it come out, like I'd come home from work and I told her, but and I'd been my playlist can vary. It can go from anything from fucking doom to black to deathcore. It just goes back and forth. And like Lorna Shore, I think Sun Eater had come on right before I come home. I told Rebecca, like, fuck, we need music. So we've seen them in Nashville at Brooklyn Bowl. Yep. And I looked it up on YouTube just to relive it, because somebody from I remember there was a video back in the crowd, somebody recorded it. And I was like, damn, we need new music. And I'd be damned if it wasn't 20 minutes later that picture there popped up. I was like, holy shit, the metal gods are listening.
You gotta love that shit. This is a great side note and something that I was actually going to bring up too. Speaking of new awesome shit, fucking Primus, Perfect Circle, and Pussifer all on the same night. Just happened. And apparently it's happening more than once. You can actually get Maynard James Keenan and two of his very awesome acts all on the same night with Primus. Now, I'm hoping that this goes across the U.S. and not just on the East Coast. But if they come near you and you're a big fan of any of those bands, as I am, because they are completely different from Tool. Yeah. Both of those bands, very, very different than Tool, which is what made them so great. You know, it just goes to show you there's more vocalists out there that do a bunch of different bands other than Glenn Danzig. So if you're a fan of those bands and they come to your town, God damn it, get out there and fucking check it out. Because you couldn't catch a set from both of those bands all on one night in the past. So definitely get out there, check it the fuck out for real. And Primus, if you haven't had the Primus experience, I think you should. You hear them every time you watch South Park, but only metal when they're live. So you can imagine just how crazy that shit is. So definitely get out there, check that out. And again, we urge y'all to get out there and check out these new singles. That's kind of what we're doing right now, is really kind of spotlight a lot of new releases, not only just from, prolific bands, but even new bands that are coming out right now. So there are other singles that are being dropped at the moment. Signs of the Swarm.
Shadow of Intent, which is a deathcore band, just released a song with fucking Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse. So it's new age and old school mixing together, and it's fucking amazing.
And I think we will get a good listen to that next week on Tracks of the Damned, because I'm totally excited about that. Anything that, Corpse Grinder fucking, is going to be a part of, I definitely want to check it out.
I've seen
also Signs of the Swarm. They rule. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love them.
I seen Shadow of Intent live, and I seen Shadow of Intent live. They opened for Lorna Shore, or they was one of the like the set of bands before Lorna Shore. Like they put on one hell of a show too. So if you ever get a chance to catch them live, definitely go do it. They're killer.
Fuck yeah. And then let's not forget this, ghouls and gals. Ghost has gone to the very top of the charts right now, and they're the only rock metal band to do it at this very moment in time.
I think they said this hasn't happened in 4 or 5 years.
That's correct.
Which is fucking shocking as hell that they're number one. But
it's shocking to know that, you know what I mean? Maryland got kind of close. Manson with his new record. Obviously, the cover of "In the Air Tonight" is definitely up there. But Ghost has topped even fucking pop shit as well as rap shit. Don't get me wrong, here at Tracks of the Damned, we still have a love for, certain hip hop and stuff like that. Insane Clown Posse. But, for Ghost to do that and lead the charge for us, because, come on, man, they're fucking badassery. Even if it's not totally your cup of tea, you have to tip your hat to that because, it just goes to show you that, all the pop shit is not the only shit that's good in this country. And it's very difficult for metal bands to even chart these days. It hasn't been since, Ozzy's Patient #9 that even went platinum. So
yeah, pretty sure that was it.
Yeah. So congratulations to Ghost on that. And to be honest with you, I love the new shit.
I love this album. It's got that 80s. It's got that 80s feel to it. And it's just fucking. I love random songs of Ghost. I'm not a fan of all like the whole full albums. I like songs here and there, but this here is just I don't know, it's different. It's different for me from what they've been doing. So
absolutely. And I've been loving the memes, since the Pope just died and they got a new one from America. Lock up your children.
I wasn't going to say it. I wasn't going to say it.
Oh, I was going to say it. I will. I've been loving all the memes showing, great Papa on those memes saying that we have a new Pope. Fucking fantastic. So definitely check out Ghost's new stuff. It's very good. Achilles is telling us that he's looking forward to hearing the new album from Gall's Word. He says, I've listened to the 2 new songs and I especially liked Braiding the Stories. Can't wait to hear the full album when it's out. We may have to cover one of those.
Something I'm going to have to look into because I've never heard of it.
Right. I'm wondering if it's Gall from formerly, I should say,
Gorgoroth.
I wonder if that's his band.
I don't know.
That's the feeling I got, especially from the spelling. So either way, thank you for that, Achilles. We will definitely check that out. And he says yes, it is Gall.
I just searched it too. Yeah. Oh shit! It's on Season of the Mist too.
Oh shit! Looks like we're gonna have to cover some of that. Definitely have always enjoyed his vocals, especially Gorgoroth. So, thank you all so much for joining us on this Friday night. I know it's not Friday the 13th, but I don't know. I just felt like Jason Voorhees this evening.
I'm wearing Maine, so
nice. With 2 slaying tracks from Till Lindeman and Candlemass. So thank you for choosing us to kick off your night. But just a few moments from now, I'm going to be live with the great actor and writer producer of the new True Paranormal Stories that's currently being aired on cable TV, Robbie Garber. So definitely, if you are a ghost fan, if you are a paranormal fan, this man is on the front lines. He goes out, he hunts, he does all of that shit. Not to mention, he's doing a lot of great things in the indie world of film, both horror and, well, shit, just about every genre. So tune in for that, coming up at 8:30, as a matter of fact. So we appreciate y'all always supporting us here on Tracks of the Dan. If you missed it, God damn it, you can catch it right after we go off on YouTube and Facebook. So definitely a stellar show. Y'all have been fucking amazing as always. And as you're getting ready to crack open that next beer or pour that next shot, just remember when you do it to stay heavy.
Thank you for joining us on Rebirth Underground. Stay tuned for more from Black Flame Entertainment.